Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Oh, I just got a notification that I started a live video. Yeah, I know. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Allie. Hi, Julie. Hi, Sylvia. Knitnapper. Oh, that's a fun name. I love that. Hi, Anita. Good morning, Ellen. Hi, Julie. How are you guys? Happy that it's spring. I'm so incredibly glad that spring is here. It's a rainy day here in Pennsylvania, but that's okay. I was just thinking about that. April showers bring May flowers. Hi, Chris. It's not April yet, but really, really soon. So I am going to, I think, do something. I was inspired, as I usually am, kind of in the middle of the night, to do something with my inspiring art group. We were doing abstracts, abstract paintings, and making them into bookmarks. I'll show you the little bookmarks. Like, how cute are these? So these are just abstract paintings that I cut up, and really fun. And I had this one that I was playing around with. And I got inspired to use it as the background for a photograph. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. Now this is going to be a little challenging, but that's okay. That's what we're always learning, right? I'm going to try to do that. So I put the oranges on that abstract background. So I don't really want to totally have it look like that as much as get the feel of it. And this is, I don't paint these very often, so I want to get the glow. See the glow in, no, wait, let me move this out of the way. Let me pull this up here. Oops, see how that glows in there? I don't know how I'm going to do that, and in here too. I think it's the saturation of the color and what color it's against and all the other things. So we'll see how it turns out. It's the fun part of art. You're always learning new things. And I do love that. It keeps it from getting boring. I'm never bored when I sit down to paint. That would be a shame. So how is everyone today? Let me move this a little closer. I've been busy getting ready for the launch. Art in Bloom's coming up again. So if any of you are waiting to do Art in Bloom, that's coming up. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit. I know what I want to do. I want to get orange, and I'm going to put a little cad orange out here on my palette. I don't use that a lot. It's something I want to explore more. I always want to explore orange and like a king's blue as a mixing color. But cad orange is opaque. I think it's not transparent, so I'm not going to use it in my base layer. Oh, did you just start doing the class over again? Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Yay. And you got in there okay? Yeah, so that's for anyone who's thinking about doing Art in Bloom. That's going to launch again. So I'll have like all the emails start coming out. So that's what I'm working on. I'm going to do a little workshop as a lead up to it, to have people kind of get a feel for whether or not it's something that they would like to do. And it's going to be painting. Oh, here, I'll show you. I have it right here. Painting this tulip. So if anybody wants to join in, I'm going to do it live on Facebook, and it'll be like the 12th and 13th of April. So there's a link on the homepage of my website. I have to add the link like to my link tree here on Instagram, and I have like a million little things like that to do. I don't know if that will ever get easy for me. I know the tulips are fun, aren't they? I'm gonna have to really think about what my colors are here. It's gonna go straight. Thanks, Laura. Yeah, the tulip would be is going to be fun. What's everybody having today? Coffee or tea? I didn't even drink much of my coffee. I was doing a lot of thinking this morning. I got up early and I want to try to let this kind of transparent part glow a little bit. I don't want to overthink it either. It's always that balance. I think I needed my throat tea stuff today. It's that balance of being in control and letting loose. And I've left my edges. People have been liking my having black coffee. Yes, I need a sip of my coffee. Letting my edges be spontaneous, which is really fun. But then I find that I'm thinking about my edges a little more than I'd like to, but that's okay. Just one more thing to challenge myself. Allie's having coffee. Linda's, most people are having coffee today, huh? Good morning, Emily. I didn't call you back last night, did I? I think I fell asleep. Oh, I have that nice shadow area down there, too. Yeah, so this is going to be a little more challenging. I might have to think hard. So good morning, Kim. Ben and I are watching while we have sprinkled pancakes. Oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun. I am going to go meet with Kristen at Geneva today. So I'm going to get to go have coffee and a breakfast treat this morning at Geneva Geneva Bakery is a bakery here in my town, and I haven't been there very often lately. Of course, no one's been anywhere lately, but I'm going to meet a friend of mine. We have a little 5K race here in our town in the fall, and we're going to start talking about things for that. It's a fun project. And as always, I have my doubts here. Like when I started painting like this, more so because you guys are here with me, which is silly because you would forgive me if I mess it up. But I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be more challenging than I thought. Am I going to be able to finish it in my hour? But, like I always say to you guys, it doesn't matter, does it? If I don't finish it, then life goes on. It's not critical. So many times we get caught up thinking that something's like more important than it really is. It's like just enjoy the process, have fun doing it. Let me see. Do I need more of what? More of what? Maybe I need a transparent red on my palette. Maybe. Put the inner critic in the back seat. That's right. Or kick it out of the car, Ellen. Totally out of the car. I have it too. I'm always telling people how to get rid of their inner critic of art, but I have it too. Once I get into the painting a little bit more, it does quiet. But, yeah. I don't know why it's always there. I guess the thing is to be as kind to yourself with your judgment of your own self as you are kind to those around you. I'm always much kinder to others than I am to me. This has that little... I think that's a good start. At least I have my shapes in there. Clean that off and do my pigment sticks. I don't get too wet either. Okay. I have a little lump on there I have to clean off. So I have to think about where my shadows are and where kind of like the extreme darks and lights are next to each other. I think the biggest challenge is going to be mixing the right colors. It is hard to ignore that inner critic. It gets so noisy. Blues. Let's just do some fun blues in here. I guess I need to make my shadow area a little bit darker. This is oil paint. I'm using oils. Put a little bit darker in there for my shadow areas while I have my jar out here. I might have to do a smaller brush to get in those little areas. But using a bigger brush forces you to not get too tight. Oil painting and oil, yeah, I guess they're like oil pastels. They're called pigment sticks. So it's oil paint in stick form. I never know the proper thing of pastels, whether it means that it's the color, you know, a pastel color, or if pastels are, you know, like the chalky pastels. They're not all pastel colors, I guess. So would the pigment sticks be called pastels? I don't know. Yes, they're oil. RNF here, I'll show you. Sorry, I was thinking. Oops, that's not a good one. I have paint all over it. It's called an RNF pigment stick. Oh, thanks, Jenna. All right, I'm going to close my jar, and I need to think about what colors I'm doing and how to make them glow. Well, I'm really not sure, so I'm just going to have to trust my intuition. All right, I'm putting it down here. I should move this over a little bit. Sorry for bumping around. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to mix some oranges, reds, blues, and purples, and a shadow, I guess, here. Oh, thank you, Susan. That makes complete sense. Yeah, pastel is crayon in French. I should know that. I took French for many, many years. I don't even remember that. Thank you. Oh, I wanted some more of this transparent red on here. I wonder if I'm going to need a real red. I use, you know, my permanent rose is one of my favorites, and magenta. I'll try, I'll add a little magenta in here. Yeah, I took French for, wait, I'm going to clean that up. That has too much. Oh, Lisa, yes, I did. Let me show you. I got, oh, was I talking about them? Was that last week? Let me see. I got, let's see, what did I get here? So I got this. This is a rosemary, it's called a red dot, what's in the bag. So this is the one I normally use right here. This is a short flat 12. This, I love this. So this is larger, a little bit larger. And then I got this one to try. It's a 2-inch. So that's what I have, because I have a big white canvas behind me that I need to start working on. So I am all set. I have no excuses not to dive into that. I'm excited to use the brushes. I have some other big ones, but yeah. All right, that's good. It is fun to get new art supplies, isn't it? It's like the best. Put some of this lighter yellow in here. So that mutes it. Oh, I don't have any white out on my palette. I need a little white. Where's my white? This is white. That's not going to be very graceful. I think I might have to find another white. There's one. Here's one. So what's new with everybody? What are you guys working on? Doing anything fun? I know, aren't they pretty? I agree. I was busy doing a lot of abstracts, getting ready for my inspiring art activity, which was so much fun. And now I'm working on getting ready to launch the course again. So that's keeping me busy. And I need that a lot lighter. See what that would look like if I add a little bit of, little tiny bit of blue in there, maybe this. Yeah, that made that very neutral. I'll take a little bit of that and put more white in it. Or like that white part of the, yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, starting a new acrylic piece. Ben's trying to show you a yellow chickie painted through the camera. Oh, how cute. A yellow chick, that's fun. I am ready for all the fun little Easter things to be happening. We're going to do the Pysanky eggs this year. That's something we did for years and years. We had them, did them at our house. It's my husband's family's Russian. And this year we're going to try and do that again, that tradition. My youngest, Isabel, hasn't got to do that very often. Just mixing up some fun colors for the background. You delivered 3 juried pieces. Oh, that's wonderful. Working on a watercolor collection of antique glass bottles. It's challenging. Oh, that would be challenging and fun. I would love painting glass in watercolor. That sounds wonderful. And an impressionistic tree. Oh, that's great. Painting trees would be really fun. I need a little bit more of a magenta for the background. I just want to hint at what's going on in the background. Like, I don't want it to be real dominant. I don't want it to overshadow the... But I think it helps to make those oranges look pretty. Look, pretty is not the word I want to use. Look like they're glowing. I think that's a good start. Those are beautiful colors, aren't they? A flock of white pelicans. That's fun. Do you live near pelicans? Planning a large oil, very challenging to paint large in oils. Yeah, it's a whole different way of approaching it because you have to commit time. I think that's my biggest challenge with painting large. I love painting large, but it's having enough time. Oops, this whole thing just fell off. I'm sorry. Here, let me. You fell off my table. That's a faux pas. Okay, let me see what I can do here. I'm going to move it this way. Having some challenges. Yeah, I find being able to carve out a big enough chunk of time to dive in is really hard. All right, that's good. Now I gotta stop fussing with that. All right, should I do the big brush? I'm gonna do the big brush to start, and then I'll go a little bit smaller. My brush is a little dirty. Oops, I don't want that. Oh, a little dark in there already. I don't want that. I'm going to go smaller. I need to use a smaller brush. In Florida, the whites. 12 pounds. That's really fun. Yeah, I think I need to travel somewhere this year so I can get some painting reference that's a little different than what I do all the time. Although I'm excited for peony season here. I would think we'd be having ranunculus soon. I want to do my decisive brush strokes. I don't want to overwork this or over fuss with it, but it is a little challenging to do. Oh, I didn't do. Well, I guess I can use this as my background. Sure, it's beautiful in Florida. Yeah, I really have to start doing some larger paintings to get ready for the Rittenhouse Square art show because that's coming up quickly and I don't have a lot of large paintings. I think I sold almost all of the large ones that I've done. Where's everybody tuning in from? Louisiana, South Florida, that sounds wonderful. Michigan. Is it cold in Michigan? I guess it would be cold in Michigan. Virginia. Could you do a lesson for us in membership on large oil paintings? Yeah. I don't know why not. Maybe that'll get me moving on doing some, right? I know now we have the membership and there's a million things I want to do. I don't think I would run out of ideas for years. Or maybe probably ever. I should say I would probably never run out of ideas of things about art that I want to learn and explore. It's endlessly fun. Arkansas. Gail said she'd appreciate that. Boynton Beach. 60 in Southern Ontario. Oh, that's wonderful, Chris. Because you're usually colder than us, right? I think we're going to have a beautiful weekend. It might rain in Germany. It might rain here, I think, like tomorrow. I don't know. I didn't look at the weather. Maybe tomorrow, today and tomorrow. But then it'll be beautiful, I think. Bulgaria, wow. What time is it in Bulgaria? Background too wild looking. Kind of like the polka dots and stuff. I want to kind of keep a little bit of that. Warmed up, raining here in Ontario. So many signs of spring. Yes, here too. I cannot wait until the, oh, what's the tree that I love down the street? I painted it so many times last year, and now I can't even remember what it's called. Magnolia. I'm ready for that to bloom. Yes, thank you, Gail. I forgot. Like I want to give hints of the background, but not be too literal. I do like these little dark spots back here are fun too. The other thing I've been thinking would be really fun is to do an abstract painting and then do more of a literal tight oil painting over top of it with bits of it showing through. Another one of the crazy things I wake up thinking about in the middle of the night. Jane says, good morning. Such a beautiful compliment. Yes, bright pops of color. I love bright pops of color. Does that background look too spotty? Is it not showing enough? I don't know. I don't know what I think of it. It certainly is different. Maybe I'll go in and work on my oranges a little bit more and then see what I think. I think that's a good plan. Yeah, it would be fun to do that because it gives you like a really spontaneous place to start. All right, that's pretty fun. All right. And doing this, like I'm a little afraid. I'm a little afraid of how it's going to look when it's finished. But the worst thing that can happen is I don't like it, right? It's not a big deal. It's casting a little bit of a shadow right here. Maybe right here. Oh, my palette knife size. Thanks, Anita. This is the palette knife. I have like a whole collection of palette knives over here. I've tried tons of different ones. Whoops. Here's my palette knife collection. And out of all those palette knives, this is my go-to. It's become my favorite. It's called the T15. It's Creative Mark. It's just right. I mean, I think I'd probably use a larger one if I was doing a great big painting. But for my little 6x8s, it is the perfect size. And it has the right bounce to it. Like the things that I look for in a palette knife are kind of how much spring it has, and it how bouncy it is. Like they're kind of feel for things. You know how like you have your very favorite pen and no other pen in the world will ever come close. I feel that same way about paintbrushes and palette knives. They just have to have that feel to them. And I'm sure you guys, if you're artists, you know what I'm talking about. I'm really like that with pens. Has like a little bit of chunky. Oops, I didn't mean to make it that chunky. That's all right. And that has a little glow. It's amazing how much is going on in these teeny little pieces of orange. They're the Satsumi Inkjoy pens. Yes, I love those too. And my favorite like writing pen, oh, I don't know where it is. These Uniball, regular old black pens that I love. Yes, I love the Inkjoy too. I think those are the ones, I have white that I love of those. Oops. Let some of that shine. That has a little more shadow going here, I think. Right here. Got a little thick. They look pretty fun. Yes, and if I pick up like a pen or a pencil that I don't like, then it's like the whole thing. I don't feel as creative or something. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like the creativity part just doesn't quite work. It all has to feel right. Like I don't think that I'm superstitious or anything, but like if certain things aren't quite right, I don't feel like I can be as creative. I like that white area. Now this isn't glowing like I'd like it to, so I think I'm gonna try and make this a little darker in here. So I'm totally not sure what quite makes that glow. So I'm just gonna use intuition and play around with it. Down here. I was thinking about painting marbles, but then I thought I didn't know if I'd get too lost in doing that, not be able to talk. Because sometimes when I have to think really hard, I can't think and talk at the same time. Oh, I see a little bit of what I need to do, I think. I think I see something that I'm missing is the shadow around it. I need to make a little bit more of a gray. Susie says, I feel like I'm struggling with my tool when it isn't right. Yes, it's like you can't flow because you're like get caught kind of in thinking about the tool instead of thinking about the creative thing that you want to make. Yes, it should just feel natural. Oh, that might help. That's a little crazy little dark there. Is that getting more dimensional? Oh, I'm using the Rosemary and Company size 8. Yeah, I don't think I could get into those details with my usual larger brush at this. Just wasn't feeling right. This needs that shadowy kind of. To getting the yes, I needed that. I needed that darker area in there. And that's here too. Whoops. And here. Kind of in the middle. Now I think it's glowing a little more. And that has the they really are fun to play with painting. Getting them to actually look like oranges. Actually more fun than I thought. Kind of, I always think of painting as carving. Like I feel like I'm carving the shapes out of what's already there. Do you know what I mean? Does it feel like that to you when you're painting, like you're carving? Hi, Gabby. How are you? I have to think where else I need to put like kind of that white. What's the called? What is that called? Pith or something? I don't know what it's called. The white part. Oh, that's just a little this in here. A bricklayer, finish like, oh, I love that, Lisa. Begin like a bricklayer, finish like a jeweler. Yeah, I love that. That's exactly what it is. Dive in, don't think a thing of it, and then finish with the fine details. That is perfect. I think I'm working in the details here too much. Let me stop and think about it. Yeah, that's a good one. I need to write that one down. Any more white? Oh, here's some. is good. All right, what do you guys think it needs? Is the background distracting? Gabby says, I'm just learning how to see. I would love to know what shape and colors you see in a photograph. Stream of consciousness. That's a scary thing, Gabby. I feel like I kind of do that on my Wednesday mornings, but yeah, it's hard to articulate things like that of what your brain's saying. You might think that I'm crazy because I think I must have at least 100 thoughts going through my mind at the same time. Maybe more. I love that little bit of hot pink in the background there. The background is fun, isn't it, Gail? Yeah, I do like it. Does it need to be lighter, darker? Are the orange pieces popping enough? Do they need more work? That's my stream of consciousness. Jane McGee says, they're lying on, I was working with my inspiring art group. We were making abstracts and making them into bookmarks. And this is an abstract that I was working on. And in the middle of the night, the night before, I woke up thinking about oranges that I bought at the grocery store and thinking, wouldn't they look cool on that background? And they do. Yeah, it did help them, didn't it? Yeah, sometimes it's those last, thinking about it at the end. Now I have a little bit of my my pigment sticks. There's some of that, the gold showing through there, but I like that. I like letting that stuff show, and this did end up glowing in there. I'm thinking what else I need. The piece on the right on top, the dark line needs to be darker. And here, is this where you mean? This line? The piece on the top right. Thanks, Emily. MX Smith is my daughter, M. Maybe here. Maybe you mean in here. Does that help? A little more orange. It really is fun. This was fun to paint. I do usually paint, florals and like fruits and vegetables, things that I see. I try to take my own photos that I paint, so it's generally things that are in my world that I paint the most. But I want to paint everything I see. I want to paint. I want to paint my kitchen sink faucet. I want to paint my clothing hanging in my closet. There's hardly anything that I don't want to paint. I just don't I guess it's what I get around to doing and what's in my universe that's easy to photograph and get ready. I would love to do paint from life too. It does make the oranges pop. It gives them kind of a place. It sort of looks like a party, right? It sort of look like a party. These are did I already say that these are the Satsumi oranges that they have in the store right now? And they come with leaves on them, which is one of the reasons why I love them. because they always take all the fun parts off like that. I want the leaves on the apples and the leaves on everything for painting. And for some reason, people who stock the shelves or make the stuff for the grocery stores don't care about us painters. Oh, the ones I took at market. Yeah, I should get some of those out to paint too. I don't know. I think I might be done. I even like how that's a little random in there. I'm still looking at it. Did I get that part that you thought needed a little bit more darkness? Was it in here? That gave that edge a little bit. I wonder if do I need any more blue in my pithy area like that? Maybe a little bit. That helped, didn't it? Yeah, just a little bit in here. It's like a nice cool white that Yep. I like that. All right, let me sign it. I don't know what I do. Oh, here's my little signing thing. So there's the painting. See, I added that little bit of cool blue in there, made those look a little even better. And then there's my palette. And let me flip this around. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me this morning. And I will be doing that. I talked about the tulip painting workshop. I'll add that into my all my marketing stuff. If you're on my newsletter list, you'll get that. If you're not my newsletter list, put your name. You can sign up to be in my newsletter, to get my newsletter in the bio, or you can just write to me and ask me to add you. I'll be happy to do that. So I have that coming up. Let me see my dates. So I'm going to be doing the little mini tulip workshop on April 12th and 14th, 2 different times, just for 2 different, in case people can't do it certain times. I'm going to do it live on Facebook, and then that'll lead up to the release of Art in Bloom will open up again. My floral oil painting course, that's 6 different oil paintings over the course of 6 weeks. But you can do it whenever you want throughout a few, at least 2 years. I'll probably keep it open longer than that. So anyway, if you guys are interested in anything, have any questions, let me know. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. And we'll do it again next week. I will post this on YouTube. And if you go on YouTube, be sure to like it, because I have to grow my YouTube channel, a whole nother project. And also it'll be on my website, on my blog, and I'll send out a newsletter. So thanks for coming, guys. I hope you have a fabulous Wednesday, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye. Thanks.